Hafa students, I am Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. You all have been through a year of big changes. We've had to adapt and make big changes to keep our families and our island safe. But with change comes opportunity and a chance to try new things like PBS University. While Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio and I will continue to do our part to keep our island safe, you students have a part to play as well. Your part is to keep learning and to keep up with your lessons. That's why I am happy to see you here ready to learn with PBS University. PBS University is a way to bring a continuous educational curriculum to you while you stay safe at home during this time. To help you keep up with your studies, we asked our friends at PBS Guam and the Guam Department of Education to put together this episode. Thank you for doing your part and have a great lesson.
Humanities Guahan, an independent nonprofit organization affiliated with the National Endowment for the Humanities, is dedicated to promoting public humanities programming for the people of Guam and providing foundational support and educational resources for our island community. For more information about Humanities Guahan, visit www.humanitiesguahan.org. The following sessions were part of Humanities Guahan's Art Plus Ideas program, a series of virtual workshops exploring the intersection of the creative arts and the humanities, and meant to engage the Guahan community around important and timely topics relevant to the region. Sustainable Floral Art took place in January 2020 and was also followed by a live virtual session with the artists and workshop participants via Zoom, which included additional discussions and demonstrations that highlighted the history and cultural significance of the plants the artist uses and the place in which they grow and are harvested. Hafa, welcome to Humanities Guahan's Art Plus Ideas workshop, Sustainable Floral Art with Simeon Palomo. Simeon will demonstrate 3 arrangements using local plant materials, many of which can be replanted or used. Let's join Simeon at Eka Gardens, where he grows these plant materials and finds inspiration for his art.
So these are papaza or papaya, and these grow wild in the jungles, and I use them for arrangements. I'm going to clean them up, but these papazas, you can actually use them to tenderize the meat. You can use it to feed the pigs. You can use it in soup, in our kadu. A lot of uses, but for today, I'm going to use them in our arrangements. So at Eka Gardens, we grow bananas for our flower arrangements, and we also grow bananas to eat. This is called fafalu, which is the banana flower. Chamorros use the banana flour or fafalu to make like salads, some kind of dishes. Okay, now I'm actually going to use these as stems to fill the container. Try to use as many parts of the banana. Safety first. We've also used this. You can use this as a placemat. See how it's I just cut down this banana trunk, and maybe some people are concerned that, wow, it's just wasted a whole banana trunk, but it actually comes back out. And actually, if I cut this, another sprout will come out here, so it's like pruning. So these are the stripped down banana leaves. So now I'm going to use them as the stems to fill the container. I'm going to make an arrangement like a centerpiece. It's going to be tall. It's going to look like a palm tree. And it'll be good for like if you're having a party. And it's a centerpiece, whether you have food or decorations, but it's going to be like maybe this tall. And I'm going to be using a banana trunk. And then to fill the container, I'm going to be using the stems from the banana leaves. And then for the top, I'm going to be using the puga leaves, the Hagun puga. And then I'm going to be adding other plant materials. Okay, so this is the banana trunk, and it's porous and it actually holds liquid. So if you do poke a plant into it, it'll keep it watered or hydrated. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to fill it up with stems. Okay. So this is the stem from the banana leaves. So I'm just going to, again, fill them with the stems. And I'm using this ceramic container because it's heavy and it'll hold, because you don't want the arrangement to be top heavy. So you need a base that's, pretty sturdy. Okay, I'm just going to dump it and cut some more. Okay, I'm going to see if it's going to, I'm just going to put back the banana trunk. And I'm putting it in the back of the container so that I can use this area to add the plants. If I put it in the front, then it's, but I'd rather, so I have more space because the banana trunk takes up this much space, so you only have this much for arrangements or plant materials. Okay, so now I'm just going to insert the stems. One more, and then now I want to make it tight. I want to make it secured, so I'm just going to start maybe just, and don't be afraid to just push it down, and then, so because you want it secure so that the banana trunk won't move. Okay, see, so then maybe I'll add some back here just to secure the banana trunk. Okay, so that's the base. Now I'm going to add the leaves of the betel nut or Hagun puga. And let me see, so I would like it maybe this high. So I would cut maybe right here because you want to insert it at least maybe 2 inches inside the banana trunk. And oops, take out these leaves. And okay. Okay, so now I'm going to take this leaf. This is the master, and what I'll do is I'll just use it to cut the other leaves. So oops. Okay, so they can all be the same height. Okay, so they're all cut the same length, and I'm just going to insert them. So I can just, and this is where you create the palm tree effect. Okay, you can even do it at an angle. There. Maybe I can just put it over here. Okay, and then I can add some stuff over here and down here. So I'll start with the bottom, and let me see. Here's the fafalu, and I'm just going to insert it. It can be maybe on this side. Sometimes you would have to take out a stem, and then you just insert fafalu. Okay. And then for the other side, maybe over here. I'm not sure yet. Ooh. Cut these. Okay, let me just add some color. So let's add these 2 calochucha. Okay. And then this ground cover, I'll just cut that. Let me just add it on both sides. So this is called Bazogu. It is a seed pod, and it's a vine that grows in the jungles of Guam. And what we're going to do is we're just going to add it to the arrangement. So I'm going to take the Bazogu, I'm just going to add it around the container. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can just insert it like this. Get some heliconias. 3. So if you notice that I have dark colors, and then to add pop of color, then I would insert colorful flowers to just balance it. And I'm bunching them together. I like to just bunch the flowers together just to show that, you know, like as if they're growing together. And also because it's a centerpiece, you don't want to make it too wide because you're going to have some whatever's on the table. So you don't want it spread out too much. Here's another heliconia. I'm just going to add it over here. So I'm just going to turn it around because it's a centerpiece, so you need to do both sides. So let's try to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add these young betel nut leaves. So these are just a younger version of this. I'll just put them in here for now. And as you can see, I'm bunching them again. So I still have a gap right here. I call this a gap, so you just have to fill in the gap. So I'm going to add these wild papayas. And I'm using these skewer sticks. You can get it at any dollar store. All I do is insert it. Be careful. And then let me see if it's going to be the right height. If not, I'm going to cut the skew. Oh, there. Okay. And of course, later you can use this to, like I said, you can tenderize meat. You just skin it, take out the seeds, cut it up, put it in your soup, and the meat will be very soft. Okay, let's see now. Okay. So I just got some bromeliads, and this is an air plant, so you don't need any water. All you have to do is just insert it into the banana trunk. Insert it here on both sides. Then I'm going to add this achoti. This will be the focal point up maybe like right here. So I'll just cut it maybe right there. Oops, and I'll just insert it. And you don't really need to add a lot of flowers or anything. All I'm going to do is add Song of India and then just finish the top. So I'm going to just now, again, I call them gaps. So these are just, I'm just going to fill this side and this side. And then fills whatever gaps, just call them gaps, just with plants. And then I'll be done. Oops. Whoa. I'm inserting them into the banana trunk so it'll keep it hydrated so it won't wilt. Let me just turn it around. And I'll do the other side. There. See, that's a gap right there. So just, and just pull it down. Okay. I'll turn it over. Okay, let me see. Where's the front? Okay. Now let me see. Okay, so there's a gap over here. I might add something here. So let me just, then right here, see these little gaps? I'll just add Song of India. And one more here. This one's always the hardest one. They're more sturdy, okay, but, and see they're like, okay, they're, okay, right there. One more right here. Now the back. I'm gonna add some pink ginger. There. There, just add color to the other side. One more pink ginger. Okay. Let me just add, I'm gonna take the golden torch just like this one. I'll just add, make it shorter. Sometimes you think it's a good idea, but it's okay, you can take it out. So I'm just taking it out. It just didn't work. And I'm just gonna fill in these parts with Song of India, and then sometimes you gotta just say, okay, it's done. So I call these, I'm husking them. Just husk the, don't be afraid to just pull the leaves from the Song of India. Okay, that one's already done. So just grab, there, so now it's ready. See this gap right here? Then I'm just gonna add something different, a Song of India. Right there. And right there. Okay, this one is gonna be hard, okay. Okay, then I'll turn it around. Okay. Here's another gap right here. So just take Song of India again. And one more. And then see the contrast, the light and the dark, so that's good. Okay, I think we're pretty much set. Okay, then see right here, I can just actually, just to add contrast, because it's dried, I'm just gonna insert Song of India there. And voila. Oops, okay. One Song of India right here. Right there. Just fill in the gaps. That's my favorite phrase, fill in the gaps. You like to show the contrast of the different colors and the shapes. So you see the dark shape, dark of the achoti, and then it's like rough, and then you got the Song of India right here. Then you got the round papayas, while he had the sharp edges of the Song of India again. Again, like this. Fafalu, and it's a dark purple in contrast to all this greenery. And you got all these colorful kalachucha contrasting the two the dark purple and the brown. So after you're done with the arrangement, you can still use a lot of the plant materials. That's part of the sustainability motto. With the fafalu, you can cook the fafalu, you can cook the papaya. You can use the achoti seeds. You can replant the bromeliads. You can transplant Song of India. You can transplant this ground cover. You can actually plant the seeds of the bodzogu. For the fafalu, my mom's recipe is that you peel away at least 2/3 of these leaves, and then you'll reach a white part of it. You slice it into like an onion. You put it in a bowl, add salt, you mix it. The salt will absorb the sap. You rinse it, and then you do it again with the salt, and then you can add salt, lemon juice, coconut milk, onions, and it's a salad. And then that's what you can do after you're done with the arrangement. So this one can be used as a centerpiece. It's in the middle of a table, and you can either put food, dishes around it, or if you want, you can have people sitting around it and they're admiring the different angles of the arrangement. But it's tall to give it height, but then it's not so wide that you cannot use the space around this area. That's why it's called a centerpiece. Because it's a centerpiece, you want to make sure that every angle you fill it up with plant materials so that the person can appreciate the 360 angle view of the arrangement. Saina ma'asi, and thank you for joining me in seeing how I create my floral arrangements. And I hope that you learned something from it, and hopefully you can start making your own tropical flower arrangements using your own plants grown in your garden, or at least hopefully I inspired you to grow more tropicals and encourage others so that we can all enjoy the beauty of our island and what we grow here.
The Art Plus Ideas workshops can be viewed on Humanities Guahan's YouTube channel or accessed on Humanities Guahan's website at www.humanitiesguahan.org.
Hafa students, I'm Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio. For more than a year now, you all have continued to wash your hands and watch your distance from others, and you've done a really great job wearing your masks. We know your parents and guardians have helped you to make these changes to keep yourself and your community safe. As Governor Leon Guerrero said, we are happy you are here. We want you to continue to learn and sharpen your skills with the help of PBS University. This program is the result of a collaborative effort. We couldn't do it alone. I'd like to thank the teachers and support staff of the Guam Department of Education and PBS Guam for their work and their commitment to our students. I'd also like to thank you students for participating at home. To your parents, I'd like to thank you for taking an active role in your child's education. We are all eager to return to a time when all of us can share and study together in person. Until then, we hope you learned something new from this PBS University instruction.